Alright guys, welcome back. I hope you're ready for some war action because we have so many fights in this war for you. We're going to start off on path 1. We got the Apoc Cable Magneto team again, reinvigorated, unblockable or whatever. This is no problem here. I did speed up the fights just a little bit for you because we've got 14 fights. Apocalypse is going to put in a ton of work. Magneto with some awesome fights. We got some Doom and Wiccan action. Hulkling is in there again, and one mistake where I totally forgot something, but the war was pretty much out of reach at that point, so it made no difference, but still disappointed in a silly mistake that I forgot about with the global, because I just hadn't done that specific fight and made a mistake. I actually had a better counter there, but you can see Apocalypse ripped through Black Widow Clairvoyant, Mr. Fantastic on Masochism, no problem at all for Apocalypse. Again, we're just going to get to our special 2. Grab that concussion and degen on him with a little power back boost so we can go straight back into a special 1. Just got to make sure we parry first because to avoid those evades. We did get one evade charge though, not that it's going to really matter. And one more heavy and special should do it. Down goes Mr. Fantastic. Next up we got Masochism. Again, strike counter Masochism Manthing. We've done Manthing a million times on the channel if you've watched any of the videos in the past few seasons. We do the same shtick every single time. We're going to go ahead and get to a special 2 first so that we get the degen and the concussion, mainly the concussion, so that we prevent the chances that we're going to get poisons on us. So we go ahead and do that, and then afterwards, before we do the path 1, there was a mini boss hazard shift Galan that someone had, whoever they used for it didn't work. So I figured to myself, you know what, Apocalypse can become incinerate immune, so I'm going to go ahead and I've got full health pretty much here, so I'm going to go ahead and try this Galan on hazard shift. I actually put on a regen boost just to top up my own health when I do take some of the incinerate damage. Now I was hoping that I would get an incinerate on me, but I didn't want to get too many, so I went with parry heavies at the beginning, but I wasn't getting an incinerate on me, so that wasn't really helping. So finally I do get a couple incinerates on me. Now I'm going to back off. They only last for 7 seconds, so I'm going to need at least one more before I think it's 9 seconds to become incinerate immune. So now I'm waiting out the shocks. Now it's incinerate again, so I can go ahead. Now I'm incinerate immune, so now I can go ahead, throw off my special, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and evade the end of that special 1. Even though he's got a bunch of prowess on him, as long as it's the special 1, I'm not worried about taking too much damage from those. I do take a little bit of shock damage there. That's fine. Now I go ahead, I get back. He's got the incinerate phase on. I evade the end of his special 1 again. Again, I risk it with a couple hits just for spacing wise, and then I figure, what the heck, let's just go ahead. The shocks are not doing that much damage to me, so it's not so bad. And we go ahead, one more special 1, and goodbye Galan. So really nice fight there with Apocalypse. Next up we got section 2. We're just going to continue, we're back to path 3 in section 1. We have to do Hulkling against Super Skrull here. This is the node with like spaced armor where I'm going to get special locked but not power locked. So I'm just going to go ahead and build up my power, and then I can always get an opening with Hulkling if I back off and I make sure I have those cosmic charges. So here I'm going to wait. Now I got 2 bars of power. I just have to wait out the falter, so I'm going to wait that out first, trigger the falter. Now I'm going to back off, wait for the power lock to disappear. Now I'm going to go ahead, hit into his block, unblockable special 2. Very nice. That's how you can get your specials off with Hulkling without feeling like you're special locked the entire time. So there we go. We don't really need to throw any more specials, and Skrull is gone. Next up is a Valkyrie, global attacker, global defender, but really nothing that I need to worry about on this node at all. There's no armor up, so there's no power, there's no special lock or anything. I can just hit into the block to remove the those flourish charges. And that's what I forgot about later on the last fight. There's a Vision Aarkus that I forgot that the flourish charges prevent, nullify, and stagger. And that you're going to see what I make a mistake on that one that I won't make again. And I have a good counter for it anyway, but I made the mistake. And I had the counter right there, and I should have gone with it. But I made the mistake. But there you go. Hulkling absolutely wrecks it. We got Infamous Iron Man on node 24. This one is the Sloped Armor Buffet and Vigorous Assault. Now, the magnetism, as always, I back off at the beginning, make sure the magnetism applies. There is still a chance that if I dex, that the buffet kicks in and makes him unblockable, and we're going to see how that plays out here. But you can see right there, I go ahead, no problem, but there is a slight chance that it does trigger. So I am waiting to make sure. Every time I'm kind of keeping an eye whether or not he's unblockable, and if he is, it doesn't matter so much there. There he had the aura of iron, and I went for a heavy attack, and I shouldn't have, because he could have easily punished me there. But Magneto is still great for this fight. I think they're right there. He did trigger the regen, but he did not trigger the unblockable. So again, the magnetism coming in absolutely clutch. We go ahead here. It's hard to build up too many prowess against Infamous Iron Man, unless the magnet, because the magnetism is not guaranteed. There you got the energy vulnerability passive instead, because I put too many prowess at once. But that's fine. We get a nice special 3, which is just going to give us, even if it doesn't do a lot of damage, it gives us the Furies. So now I'm hitting a lot harder. Evade the special 2, no problem. Yes, there's lots of glancing on this node, but there I'm still getting some good crits in there. That was a nice special 1, and we're just going to continue to spam these specials for the rest of the fight. It's not so bad. Again, nice clean dex. Did a much better job this war than the previous one in terms of, as I say that, there I get hit by a special 1, the end of a special 1 again, but it doesn't really do too much damage to me. I think I'm going to finish this fight with a full yellow bar due to those energy vulnerability passives that he put on me, so I'm just getting topped up with willpower healing the entire fight, so there's really no concern for this one at all. Magneto, an absolute menace to #Metal Champions. So there we go. Awesome. Now we're going to go path 3 in section 2. We're going to go Wiccan against Silver Surfer. This is sloped armor. As long as I can prevent him from getting an armor up, I don't have to worry about the bleeds, because there's thorns on this one. So we're going to go light ending combo to put up the neutralize, medium ending combo to pause the neutralize and put up the incinerate. Go back into a light ending combo to get the neutralize and the special 2. That'll give us the plasmas, which are going to do our main source of nice damage on this one. And then we're going to go ahead and back off, reapply the neutralize, reapply the incinerate, or actually, which again is going to give us the converted into plasma instead with the shocks. So that's very nice. Go ahead, light ender again for the neutralize with some more plasma damage. And there we go, get on our resistance up as well. So in theory, if he throws an unblockable, we can block it anyway, because we can block unblockable specials with resistance up. There we get another big special 2. And goodbye. Nice clean evade on the special 2 there. Goodbye Surfer. Next up is going to be Mordo. We brought in Doom because this is you need a shock immune character for this one. And Doom absolutely wrecks Mordo because we can use our mid combo passive stun on him, and it bypasses the astral evade. So we're going to go ahead and keep that up the entire time. We also have we have the stagger on, so that's going to get rid of his power gain buff. We're going to put him in the Doom cycle. So we're going to use a special 3, and then we're going to go like medium, light, medium, medium, light, 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 medium. I think that's what it is here. Medium, yeah, medium, light, 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 medium, back into a special 1. And then we can go ahead and drop another big special 3 on him to finish it. So absolute great job from Doom, and I think this is where I was feeling like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing to Vision Aarkus with Doom, but it is not going to work the way I wanted, mainly because of the global, which I totally forgot about exactly how it worked, but we'll get there. Now we're just back onto the Apoc show. We got Path 1 in Section 2. We got the reinvigorated, unblockable Sasquatch here. And so we're just going to go parry heavy, and we're just going to put up our bleeds. We're going to go ahead and drop a big old special 2. There we go. We have the first 2 debuffs on. We're going to go back into a special 1. We got all 4 debuffs on, and now we can basically don't have to worry about much with Sasquatch here. Even though we trigger the regen, we do have enough debuffs up to mitigate it. Can't reverse it, but we can at least potentially heal block him with enough debuffs on. So there again, Wrath of Tanarak, we have to be a little more careful here, but he throws a special 2. That's fine. He didn't trigger the Unstoppable because we have from the concussion there. There he does throw it on that one. There we can counter his heavy attack, and goodbye Sasquatch. Next up is a Spot, who is another candidate for a thumbnail. We have Spot on Buffet, and we are going to take him with Apocalypse as well. Same thing, power back boost, power start 1. We're going to go ahead, try not to dex at the beginning here. We're just going to go for some parry heavies. Don't hit into his block. Get a nice big old special 2. Got the concussion up on him, which is absolutely great. Now we're just going to back off. Make sure I always get hit by the last bit of his special, so I make sure to back off and be really extra careful on there. We grab the special 1. We can parry heavy again. All 4 debuffs are on. 1 more parry into special 1, and goodbye Spot. Alright, so Spot is down. Next up is Peni Parker, node 46 with strike, counter, block penetration, never back down. But again, we're just going to use hashtag metal. We're going to go in with Magneto. We're going to back off at the beginning, make sure the magnetism is on. There we go. We can mitigate the healing there, and we can just play pretty much normally with Magneto. I don't think I did go and I started taking down the shield, but it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to go ahead, parry heavy, build up my power, get a bunch of prowess going, see if I can get to a special 3. That auto block is there. It's fine. I'm not going to be able to get, like, I don't really get power drained by that, so that's fine. We can hit into the block to remove the flourish charges. Again, I did speed up the fights just a little bit because we have so many fights this war. We got 14 fights in total, which is pretty solid. Again, running the 2 accounts that I've been running forever. They're both about the same at this point. But there we go. Got a special 3. Just going to wait until Peni throws that special 2. Take it on the block. You can see no flourish charges because of the magnetism. Drop my big old special 3. And goodbye Peni. There we go. Next up, we're going to head into the boss circle. First one up is the Thing here with the vigilance and missing in action, power efficiency. So we're just going to go in with Apocalypse. Just have to make sure that we keep tabs on the timer there, that if we start seeing that we're going to be faltered, that we back off and make sure we let that falter disappear. Other than that, we can just pretty much, other than getting hit a couple times when the parries don't work out exactly as planned, but my goal here is to get to a special 2. Parry heavy and get to special 2. The parry heavies will put on bleeds, which will reduce his rock stacks. Now that I have the concussion up and the degen, now we're going to continue to still back off here. I'm not going to hit in after that special 2. I'm going to continue with the parry heavies number 1 to keep up the debuffs number 2 to reduce the rock stacks. Then we drop a nice special 1. Now we got all 4 debuffs on. He's got 13 rock stacks. So again, I'm not going to hit in here. I could have hit into the block, but that's fine. Also, if I hit into the block, I can trigger my stun, which is, I just don't want to mess up the charges. So I'm just going to continue to go with parry heavies to reduce his rock stacks. And that's pretty much what I'd like to do this entire fight. Now you can see that timer there. I saw that it was going to disappear, so I'm going to back off because I'm faltered at the moment. So I'm just going to parry. Now I kind of got stuck in the corner here, so I'm going to throw that special 1 into his block just to get some time, and then I use my block break stun to get a nice little parry heavy, and that was a nice clutch move there. And now another special 1. All right, now we're going to go ahead again, continue to throw those heavies, even though he's at like 14 rock stacks. He's faltered there, so I just got to back off for a second. Now I can go ahead in. I get him to 15, but it's okay. We go ahead, drop another heavy attack, refresh the debuffs, reduce the rock stacks, and we can go in with another special 1, and that, I think, just about drops him. There we go. Next, we have a Conflictor Doom. We've done this one before with Apocalypse, so I'm pretty confident about this one. So again, very similar idea. I'm just going to parry heavy, and I want to get to my I want to get to the special 2. I am Incinerate immune at this point, so even if I do get clipped by a special 2, I am not going to take any Incinerate damage, so I'm feeling a little extra confident about that. Here, his aura's up, so I got to back off, wait for that aura to disappear, and then I can go ahead, take a little bit of shock damage there. There's another parry, 2 parries in a row that don't stick there. Get slapped in the face. Those parries are really annoying when they don't stick. So there we go, we got the special 2 on, which is going to put on the concussion, which will limit the chances of him getting his aura, and I think we end up just pushing him to special 2s there. Nice clean evade on the special 2. Maybe we got clipped a little bit on it, but mostly evaded, so no problem there. I want to get another parry heavy off. There we go, we got all 4 debuffs going. Grab a nice big old special 1 that almost takes him out. We just need 1 more of those most likely, and that'll do the trick. 17% left. Another mostly evaded special 2 into another special 1, and goodbye Conflictor Doom. Now last off is what I mentioned before, is the stupid Aarkus. I had Wiccan here who has the neutralize. I totally forgot that the planetary endurance from the, if I let him get a see here, I go for the Doom Slap there, and see, there was no Flourish Charge there when I did the Doom Slap. So because there was no Doom Slap on there, I don't know why I did not get the Stagger. I don't know if it's just Planetary Endurance defenders are immune to Nullifying Stagger, but there was no, I can go back and check that again. It did not look like there was a Flourish Charge up when I threw that first like heavy attack, and because of that, this whole fight goes to trash. I get hit. I was planning. I had the invulnerability boost on there, but then he gets to a special 2. I get hit by an unblockable special 2. I'm not gaining power back the way I was expecting to be gaining power back, because with Doom, if you stagger the power gain, then you get the power gain instead. And I should have been able to siphon out, like just basically go back to back to back special 3s, and I would have been just fine. But instead, I don't get any of them. So now at this point, I am luckily, I think I'm able to survive this special 3, and then I get some more damage in, but not enough. The fight did not go as planned, and I think it's because that first stagger didn't hit, and I think it has to do with those flourish charges, because I thought I have to look back again. It could, I think that's exactly what it is, but it did feel there looking back at it while we're doing the voiceover that there was no flourish charge when I did that first Doom Slap, and I think that would be the stagger should have been there. So Wiccan ends up coming in to finish it off. Wiccan gets the neutralize on, and once the neutralize is on, same idea, you need the invulnerability boost to do this one. But there you can see I'm going to go ahead, place the neutralize on, and now he is just getting incinerates instead. So I don't really, as long as I don't get hit, I can push him to a special 3. And I can also, if I get my resistance up, I can block unblockable specials. I probably should have gone in with Wiccan from the start, but wanted to give Doom a try in case he worked. But Wiccan would have been great. Melts him down completely here. And that's it for this war. So one little mistake, but a lot of fun. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.